When Jeremy said one of those things that you guys are learning, those winning habits, is how to maintain a lead, especially early in the game, that you just have to maintain that same focus throughout. Is that what you saw as well?
Well, that's part of it. That's part of the thing is working with the lead. But then too, and it's happened now, and again, these are playoff teams, but in the fourth quarter, there's a different game. And we have to adjust to that physicality, the no calls, whatever it is at that stage of the game, and still be able to execute and think. Those are the things that we have to learn, and that's the growth of a young team. And that's, you get frustrated with it, but then again, we have first and second year guys in there, doing some of those things. And that's a part of our growth, is making sure we amp it up, the physicality, the execution, attention to detail, not being loose with the basketball at that stretch of the game.
You've had in that stretch where you won 6 out of 8. Those were all close games, and you managed to win.
We
those.
did. I thought we did that at that time, but for some other reason, we didn't do it tonight. We didn't do it in Boston. And again, some of it we don't have some of the guys available too. So that could be part of it. But again, that's our charge, no matter who's in the game, is to grow. And I think we've made excellent steps toward being a good team. But closing the game, closing the quarters are our next area of growth. And that's 2, maybe 3 games now that we've hit stretches like that we just don't get the attention to detail. And again, I take responsibility for it. We're trying to fast track it, and we'll get there, I promise.
With Isaiah Livers, it seems like you look at the stat sheet and it's 9 points and it's a good game, but there's other really small stuff that he does, defensive switches, calling things out, pointing people in the right direction, that shows that he's really been paying attention even when he wasn't in the game necessarily.
No question. Again, that's a huge positive. Young man goes from the block to the corner to block a shot, to own a closeout. And probably I think Jeremy Grant's the only other guy on our team that's done that all year. And that's being alert, that's being proactive defensively, and stretching out and using his size to go challenge the shot. And that's what I said during the timeout. There's a little bit more we can give of challenging shots, and just a little bit more of getting into the shooter, that we have to realize the difference between the first quarter, second quarter, and the fourth quarter. And so that was our talk during a couple of timeouts, is just that I said, if Isaiah Livers can go from the block to the corner and block a shot, we got some other guys that can do it too.
Is that why you just want to kind of keep giving him those minutes, those minutes?
Well, we're going to, it's not the only reason, but
part of it.
But growth, to see what he can do, give him an opportunity. We still, Sadiq is, he's still our starting 3, but yet and still, and there's other guys we're going to look at also.
Dwane, how much does the shortened rotation maybe play into the team kind of fading out late for a second straight game with 5 rotation players out? And K, I think he logged 44 tonight, 41 on Friday.
We have to be careful with that. That has a lot to do with it, because Killian's out, and we're competing, and it's a lot to ask the Sabo to go in there and close the game out. And again, K's producing for us. He's getting things done in certain areas. Defensively, I thought he had a good, solid defensive game. Rebounding, how many rebounds he had? He had 9 rebounds. So it's hard to take a guy out, but we have to watch his minutes and not wear him out and give some other guys opportunities. But that would take care of itself once Killian and Rod comes back.
You held them to 39 in the first half. Obviously, they 67 in the second. Some of that is them making shots. But how much do you think was maybe on you on the defensive end?
Well, one thing we got to do is figure out a 1-4 pick and roll. That's one thing. We tried every coverage, switching, double teaming it. So that's one thing. I thought Markieff Morris hurt us in that stretch. But again, it goes back to Keith. There's a different approach, a different tenacity you got to have in when the game is on the line than it is in the first half. And old veterans understand that. And young guys, it's okay, after you get hit upside the head a few times, they finally figure it out. And that's kind of where we are right now. All right, thank you guys. Okay.